Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another Co's Daily Brew. Today we're going to be chatting about, that was really weird, you know on like The Price is Right when they like showcase things?
Welcome back to another Daily Brew. Today we're going to be talking about $5 million.
I feel like I'm already getting weird before we've even begun, but good morning, what's up? Today I wanted to talk about, let me get this right, relaxing, releasing, and reconnecting and redirecting. Because I feel like it's just a really easy mantra to kind of remind yourself of, but it's also just something that I was recently kind of piecing together from different places in my life, and I just feel like talking about it. So hopefully you guys have a warm beverage. You want to hang out this morning and chat all things rediscovering ourselves in a way, or reframing our lives. I'm just gonna keep using words that start with re, okay? So hopefully you're cool with it. So let me explain to you what I mean when I say that I've kind of like pieced this little mantra together from different places in my life. I am a big believer that there's signs from the universe kind of coming at us everywhere. I mean that in the sense that I can't confirm for sure that it's coming from another source, but I can definitely confirm that our brains tend to build patterns for whatever reason, and I don't think that that's coincidental. I think that a lot of the times when you have like a deja vu or serendipity, or something happens and you just kind of make that mental connection of something that may have recently happened or something that may have happened a long time ago, that happens for a reason. Like our brains make those connections for whatever reason. Maybe it is an outside source sending us a sign. Maybe it's just our inside source telling us a sign. But either way, I believe that, you know, those types of connections aren't just like fluke. And so for that reason, whenever I notice like a sign on a billboard that is a quote that I read recently, or whenever I notice that I'll like see something somewhere and then like the next day it'll pop up somewhere else in my life, I'm always like, a little too coincidental for that to not feel like that's energy trying to get its way at me for whatever reason, or me trying to get my way to that energy. I'm not sure which one because I don't think we'll ever fully know. But anyways, what I'm getting at here is I just recently started reading a book. It's actually, they're both right here. So my May reads right now are the Chakra Balance book by April Pfender and The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. I've been getting super into just learning about the chakras and the different wheels of energy along our spine, and basically when they were formed, and just learning all the basics, to which there's going to be a daily brew in this series about. But I've also been just like in general reading The Untethered Soul, and this book is just shaking me in ways that I've never just been shook before. And I've read a lot of books that have shaken me, so that's a lot to say that. And one of the things that kind of overlapped that I found super interesting is I'm reading right now about the solar plexus. So that's the chakra that I'm currently on. It deep dives into all different ones. And I was also just before this on the sacral chakra. So that's the chakra just below your belly button or your navel. And I've been learning about what it means when they're unbalanced, what it means when they're imbalanced or overstimulated, and all of that good stuff, as well as, like I said, just getting a good deep bout of information and just like inspiration from The Untethered Soul. So just the other day I was on the airplane, and right before I was supposed to take off to come home, I was just kind of scrolling through Twitter and I saw this quote, and it said, "Do not let anything that happens in your life be important enough that you're willing to close your heart over it." And I read that the other day and was like, I really mess with that, but I don't fully understand. But now that I'm reading this book, I fully understand. It's basically saying that nothing in this life should ever be so important that you close yourself off to your own sacral energy because of it. Of course bad things are gonna happen, and of course we're gonna run through the emotions of it and all of that, but nothing should ever be so like detrimental or so important to us that we shut off our connection to our heart, our connection to our soul, or our connection to our universal untapped energy that we all have within. The way that he describes it in this book, The Untethered Soul, is like, for instance, you might be going through a really bad phase in your life where someone breaks up with you. And after that breakup, you're feeling really down and you just don't have the energy to do things. But yet, if that person were to call you up and be like, "I made a huge mistake, I want you back," in a matter of a flip second, not because of the food you ate or how much you slept or anything like that, you have this burst of energy. So where does that energy come from? And how do we use that to benefit our lives? So the whole premise behind this mantra was that I recently wrote down that I've just been reconnecting to what my purpose is this year. And I think that in a lot of ways, 2019 has been a really good chance for me to reconnect with myself and redirect the way that I'm heading in my life. I think that last year was like a big year for me. 2018 was almost like rediscovering my magic, or in general, just discovering my magic. And then I almost needed to lose it to reconnect to it and now redirect myself in a way that actually aligns with my inner purpose. And that is just like a really deep and honest like insight as to where I've been at in terms of theming the rest of this year. So reconnect and redirect had become my own mantra for 2019. So then skip forward to even this morning when I'm reading this book, and it talks about how if you want to basically always have an open energy, always feel like no matter what, you're enthusiastic and you're excited about life, which is when I feel like I'm at my A game and my best of bests, I feel like I'm super enthusiastic and super excited about life. But when I'm really just not there, I feel like I'm always drained and I'm always stressed and I'm always tired. And I've been feeling a lot more drained, stressed, and tired in the last few months than I'd like to admit. And it's something that's been on my mind and I've been trying to solve. And I feel like today, in a lot of ways, I found a mantra that helps me narrow it down to this. If you can relax and release what you're feeling, then you can reconnect with that energy and redirect yourself, no matter if it's a tiny little, like you just read something horrible or you felt just a bad energy and it wants to shift you down that negative direction. You can stop it from happening and you can keep yourself open to your infinite amount of internal energy and stay enthusiastic and excited about life by just doing those 4 things. I just feel like that's such a mantra that can be so important if we all actually use it in a right way. Then hey, you never know what we could actually accomplish on this earth. So in the book, he talks about how all of these things can be triggers. Like anything can be a trigger to feeling negative or to feeling like you just want to close yourself off to your heart energy. And heart energy might not be something that's translating to a lot of you guys watching, but in another way it could be like it just forces you to kind of close off to the world, close off to yourself, or just turn off, you know, when you're just kind of like something just pisses you off for whatever reason, you're just like, screw that. The way to keep yourself from doing that and then ultimately shutting yourself off from your own excitement about life and enthusiasm about your life in particular is to stop yourself and relax for a minute. Relax into whatever is happening and release whatever you think should have been happening. Like release your expectation and relax into what's actually happening. Because when you do that, you stop yourself from closing off to keep yourself protected. Instead, you're just opening yourself up to what's happening and then release whatever expectation you had, because that just automatically puts us into a lose-lose situation, right? And then when you throw in the other 2 that I was talking about with reconnecting and then redirecting, I think if you can relax and release any kind of bad energy, then you can reconnect to the energy that's all around you, reconnecting to the energy in yourself, reconnecting to whatever you need to reconnect to that makes you feel like you have a reminder of how amazing your life is, and then using that energy to redirect your path for the day, for the week, for the year, for your whole entire life. You could do this on any scale of the spectrum, you know? Anyways, that's my ramble of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave me a comment down below what you guys think about this topic, and aside from that, I'll talk to all of you guys tomorrow morning. Bye guys.